The pharmaceutical industry is one of the most highly regulated, and that places a particular importance on being secure and being seen to be secure. I asked Marc Vael of BARC Lab what that means for his medical testing company.
Security is never finished. You always can improve it. And I think that's also a core message that we transparently mention to the clients, but also the outside world, basically. The medical testing is, of course, a very special environment because you deal with information which comes in an anonymized manner, usually. So we usually do not know who is the person behind it. However, we have to make a link after the test to give the results back as soon as possible. Right. And in that sense, we already have a certain information strippage, meaning that the information is already kind of anonymized. So it makes our tasks easier, quote unquote easier. However, the privacy still has to be guarded at all times because there is some reference. Our clients usually have the full information. We only treat the information, making sure the results from the lab tests gets back.
Right. What does that mean in terms of security? Do you have to be sort of doubly secure?
Threats, yes, they're there. And we anticipate it preventively, but also reactively. So we have procedures from day one by which all personnel gets the proper education and security awareness. We follow a process which we call security by design. So every process that we use within the BARC organization has a security layer embedded, integrated within it from day one. Meaning that it's not an afterthought, but it's really built in the system, and making sure that people use that information is protected from an organization, process element, technical, but also procedural way of working. There is, of course, also an incident escalation process in place, hence would there be any doubt or any question. What we do also is making sure that the certification and the compliance with information security can be proven to our customers. And also you have to be aware that, of course, the customers, namely pharmaceutical companies, will do regular audits on our organization, making sure that what we tell them is correct. And usually we get the response. We're always very open and transparent in our way of communicating. And that has helped us not only to gain the trust of new customers in the pharmaceutical and the hospital sector, but also for our own employees, that they see that it's a professional way of working with information which is sensitive in nature.
Do you report to the Chief Financial Officer, the CIO? What's the relationship within BARC?
Actually, the relationship is a straight line with the CIO, but also with the CEO. So the CEO of BARC is really interested in that information. He views it as a top element in his strategy to make sure that the BARC group evolves, and so there is a direct line to the CEO on a regular basis, but my working relationship is most times with the CIO, but also with other people in the organization.